is deem. Deem. Deem is kind of what the popular opinion thinks of something, or what the general population, considers something to be, or what a group of people considers something to be. So the obvious example that they give for us is that the president, Park Geun-hye, is kind of deemed a disappointment, or kind of a bad president. That's what the popular opinion is. That if there's some project or something, you can deem it a success or deem it a failure. Basically, it's what is the consensus? What do most people think in the group? Do we consider it successful, or do we consider it a failure? And that's kind of like deemed. Windows often releases a new version, and sometimes it's deemed quite awesome, and others have been deemed less successful, right? Not good reviews. Number 2, to resonate, is this word makes me think of almost echoing, but what it means is that it really affects people and touches them on a certain level. So an easy example would be like a movie that makes a lot of people very emotional, or something like a sad story, and girls love to go see it and cry or something. I don't know, like Titanic or something. That movie might resonate with people, like it touches them on some level, makes them feel something. So I would say resonate just means like it really is accepted well by people on a kind of deeper level, deep emotional level, to resonate. If something resonates with me, it really matches my personality, it really fits me, and I agree with it and understand it really well. Number 3, an oral tradition. Have you ever heard of an oral history, or read an oral history? Which they're really popular ways to do history books now. I like oral histories. Basically, there's no narrator. It's just people telling the story, telling the history. So they interview people who were in that time period, and they let them tell the story. And that's an oral history. Kind of similar to an oral tradition, which is just stories that are passed down from people, from generation. Before human beings were writing, they passed their traditional stories orally through spoken word. The way the man in the video uses oral tradition, he says this book that was written about the stock market crash on Friday the 13th entered the oral tradition, which kind of means just like something people say to each other. Like, oh, it's Friday the 13th, you better be careful, That's something people would say, and that means it's in the oral tradition, like just something people are saying to each other all the time. Kind of the pop culture oral tradition in that case. Number 4, a venture. This is kind of like a business attempt that's risky, right? It comes with some kind of risk, and high risk, high reward. So we've studied the word venture capitalists, these people who kind of go around and invest in risky enterprises, and sometimes they're wildly successful, sometimes they fail. Basically, they go into these ventures, which are kind of like business opportunities, investments that have a big risk. We can call these ventures. Very similar to the next word, a business endeavor, which is also another kind of business activity, undertaking, any kind of business strategy or movement or plan that happens. Business maneuvers are called business endeavors. one company taking over another company, something simple like that. You know, making deals. All of these things fall under the category of business endeavor. Number 6, superstitious. This describes someone who has many superstitions or believes in a superstition. And a superstition is just like believing in kind of magical forces that might affect your life, good luck, bad luck kind of things. If this happens, then you will have the bad luck. You're cursed. Bad things will happen to you. Some people believe if you break a mirror, you will have 7 years bad luck or something. There's so many. Some cultures believe seeing a black cat is bad luck, so that's a superstition. Yeah, so many superstitions out there. I think one of the discussion questions will talk about those. But if you want to describe someone who really believes in these superstitions, you can say they're superstitious. Number 7, get in on the action. This kind of means, to join an activity that's going on or join kind of an opportunity that's happening. When you use the phrase get in on the action, it really implies that you're not going to miss out on it. Like there's a short time you have to act on it and you can get this opportunity. So everyone's having fun, so you need to get in on the action or that kind of thing. If there's a sale going on, you want to get in on the action and don't miss out. Don't want to miss out on it. So there was the sale at the tattoo parlor in the video. So the man says he's going to get in on the action by getting a tattoo while he's there. Get that discount tattoo. So any questions about this vocabulary then? If not,